Hi guys, good morning. So I'm not going to be there for the first period, so really quickly I'm just going to walk you through the topographic maps and making sure you complete the questions correctly. So I'm going to be going over this map real quick, and then you're going to pause the video. The video is going to be paused, and then make sure to go over this one, and from there that should really help you answering the questions. So first, like I mentioned, guys, anytime that you have a topographic map, you need to label your contour lines, because that way it's just going to be so much easier to, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much easier to answer the questions, especially if there's questions on elevation. So here, as remember, we need to figure out first what's the contour line. So the contour interval. So right here, I'm going to put contour interval. Okay, what's the contour interval? It's the difference between one contour line and the next. Okay, so if you see a number here on this contour line, that means that all around, if you trace around all around that line, it's the same elevation here as it is on the other side. If you have another number right here, 900, okay, if it's 900 here, then it's 900 right here. Okay, as long as you don't lift up your pen, pencil, finger all around that line, it's 900 all around. Okay, so here we can, these two contour lines already give us an indication by how much we're going to be adding or subtracting as we go along the contour lines. Why? Because this is 900, this is 1,000, so 1,000 minus 900 is 100. So here our contour interval, or in other words, the difference between one contour line and the next is 100. Okay. Now, one of the questions that you're going to have to answer. So here, first, 1,000, then you're going to continue adding 100. So 1,000 minus 100 is 1,100. 1,100 plus 100, 1,200. 1,000 to 1,200 plus 100, 1,300, and continue. Okay, so that's going to really help you out if there's a question asking for what's the elevation at point D, what's the elevation at point C, blah, blah, blah. Okay, on the Google sites, you can add little text boxes, or you can try to draw this as best as possible in your ISN. Make sure you label those contour lines or elevation. Okay, now one of the questions, I'm going to change the color, is draw a profile picture of how the mountain would look like from point A to point B. Okay, so imagine you are standing in front of that you're on this mountain right here. Okay, and you can see the mountain from point A to point B. How would it look like? Keep in mind, what are your highest elevations? Right here at the very top. Look at how close the lines are over here. So how is that slope going to look like compared to this side? Okay, so that's what you're going to do on the first part of that topographic map. Go ahead and pause the video, do what you need to copy down, and try to answer those questions afterwards. Next, so here this is an interesting one because sometimes we don't understand, guys, that the contour interval, not only are you going to be adding the difference when you're going up the mountain, but the contour interval is also going to help you identify as you go down the mountain. Okay, and how do we do that? Let's figure that out. So again, we always need to label, and we need to figure out first what's the contour interval anytime you see a topographic map. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky, not too much. So look, you have contour line 500, and over here another contour line is 550, right? Okay. You need to find the difference from one contour line to the next. How much will the elevation be increasing by each contour line? So let's try tens. 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550. That sounds about right. So over here, it doesn't matter where. I'm trying to figure out a way. Over here. Over here. 510, 520, 530, 540, and 550. And if you notice, there's one more tiny circle, contour line. So this little guy is 560. That's the very peak of the mountain right there. Same thing over here, guys. This is 500, 510, 520, 530. Same thing over here. 500, 510, 520, 530. And so that makes sense that anytime you see a triangle like this, it's telling you that the peak of the mountain is 533. All right, so what about if you go down? Okay, just like you add a 10 as you go up the mountain, you're going to do the opposite when you go down the mountain. You're going down an elevation, vas bajando la montaña. Entonces, ¿qué vas a hacer en vez de sumar? You're going to subtract. So 500 minus 10. 500 menos 10. 490. 490 minus 10. 480. 480 minus 10. Oops. 470. 470 minus 10. 460. And again, that same contour line, it applies to the other side as well. So right over here, we know that it's also 490. Okay, that also tells us that Lake Lackawanna, look at this. It also tells us that Lake Lackawanna is at an elevation of 460. Okay, so a contour interval is 10 that you're either going to be adding or subtracting in order to get the elevation, but it always has to be by 10. Okay, go ahead and answer the questions, and anywhere where you can either write the elevations down or go ahead and take a picture of this, and that can really help you answer the questions. After you're done with these questions and the satellite maps as well, if you still have time, make sure to answer the questions. So there you have more practice. More practice, guys, right there. Also try to use the satellite images for a topographic map. And once you're done, if you still have time, there is the review for tomorrow that we're going to be using for tomorrow. Okay, that right there, this right here is the review for tomorrow, which we will be working on for sure tomorrow. What I do need you to do is the practice topographic maps. Try to complete as much as you can. Just like it says, take a picture of your calculations, attach, and turn in this assignment. Okay? All right, guys. Hopefully that'll explain some things and get to work. I'll see you guys tomorrow.